Cony, and we got a $199 payout, not $199.23 payout from Cony. That's a 79 cents per share, and we only had about 250 shares at the time, so we increased by 10 shares. So that's pretty nice. What's going on, YouTube? It's O'Neil from Tapped In with O'Neil. Another week, another $1,000. We had a very interesting week. Not too much movement, not too much play within the portfolio, but we do got a lot of different things to cover. Like nice dividend payouts. If you guys didn't check out my last video where I made over $1,000 this week, or between this week and last week, it was basically 1 week. I made over $1,000. Make sure you guys go check that out. The link to that is going to be in the description below. Yeah, so without further ado, let's go ahead and hop straight into the MacBook. Do the desktop version of the app, do a weekly $1,000 deposit, and then switch over to the mobile version of the app where we dive into the portfolio in its entirety. So stay tapped in. All right, as you guys can see, we're sitting at $58,201.39. We're up $575.81 on the day. Let's see how we performed on the week. On the week, we're up $6,263.25. Whoa. That was a lie. We're down $443.37. That seems more realistic, because there wasn't too much movement in the market this week. As you guys can see, we're still sitting at that $58,000 value, but there's reason for it, and I'll get into that when we get into the mobile version of the app. Our buying power is sitting at $1,490.09. Individual cash 0. Margin total is at $30,421.66, and we have a margin buffer of $4,974.65, and the total margin being used right now is $21,125.48. And we have some option plays, which is that options collateral, which is about $7,800. So let's go ahead and do our $1,000 deposit. $1,000 just once. Review, transfer, continue with standard. Getting faster. All right, that's done. Let's see what that account is sitting at now. All right, we have $59,180.57. Buying power went up to $3,490.09. As you guys know, every time I invest $1,000 into this account, Robinhood allows me to borrow $2,000 of their money. Our margin total went up to $31,421.66, and our margin used went down $1,000, so it's sitting at $20,125. Well, $20,125.48, and our buffer went up about $1,000. Is at $5,974.65. So yep, let's go ahead and switch over to the mobile version of the app and deep dive into what's happening within the portfolio. All right, as I said, we have $59,160.72 right now. We do have some options plays. I'll review the options plays this week because we made a decent bit. So I'll just go over real quick, show you guys how much we made. As you guys can see, we're doing pretty good on the month. Well, this week we made past week we made $921, which was over $1,000, including the traditional IRA. So yeah, that was pretty good. A pretty good performance on last week. On the month, we're at the $1,800 mark, so we're set and we're on pace to definitely beat out how much we made last month. We already beat it. We made $1,500 last month, making a lot of mistakes and stuff like that, but we learned from the mistakes and we're going to do a lot better this month. We're going to definitely crack that $2,000 mark this month. And yeah, so let's see. So these are the plays, and this is just within the individual account. I still have some plays that I place and I'm waiting for them to be executed. So as of right now, we did a TSLL short put roll. We made $82 off of that. We made a $210 off the $11 put, and we made $13 off our covered calls, which was gonna have those 15 contracts that we have, so which is about 1,500 shares on TSLL. So we made $165. Let me see how much that is total. Where is my other phone? All right, so let me just go ahead and add it up for you. I'll add it up for you guys on the screen. So you got the 210 plus the 165 plus 82. We're sitting at 457 now. We made 457 this week, and that's not including our traditional IRA. So this number is gonna go up, and that is also not including the amount we made from our dividend payments. So made a decent bit of money. Can't complain. Can't complain. Let's go ahead and deep dive further into the portfolio outside the options. Crypto's been recovering over this weekend. It's been kind of stagnant and going up and down. Let's see how it actually performed on a week. Yes, you see how it's consolidating. It's not too much movement, only up one. And then so we do have TSLL. Um, TSLL did have some pullback after the earnings call from Tesla. Tesla had some bad earnings. I mean, the earnings weren't too bad, but it's not too good. So it's just they had some pullback, which I'm completely fine with. So that's why the portfolio kind of looks like it's stagnant and we still didn't move too much. But that just means that when it does recover, or we do get a nice pump from Tesla, it's going to send our portfolio to another level. All right, so we are at 300 shares of Tsly. I'm not sure if we covered this last week, but we definitely are at 300 shares of Tsly. We definitely covered how much we made in the dividends from Tsly. Um, MSTY, we're at 210 shares. We're slowly increasing the shares on MSTY. We're just gonna keep averaging down into it anytime it goes to that $20 range, which is at right now. That's what it closed out, $20.99. Um, we're just gonna keep averaging down into it and expecting a nice decent payout. We increased our shares on ULTY. ULTY is one of those things that we've been just getting into, and we've been just picking up shares. Anytime it dips below our average cost, we've just been picking up shares. You see, my average cost is slightly 1 cent above where it closed out on the market. But yeah, we've just been seeing a lot of buying opportunity. So we're at 330 shares right now. I'll show you guys the dividend payout we got from this week. We got a $30.93 dividend, which is really good. Let's show you the breakdown on that. That's about 10 cents per share, and we only had about 300 shares at the time. So we're at 330 now. We picked up 30 shares since. And yeah, we're gonna be looking for more buying opportunities. I think ULTY is gonna be my new focus. ULTY and MSTY. I don't think I'm gonna really be buying too much of anything else. Maybe a little bit of Cony. Let's see how much we did on YieldMax. YieldMax, we're up $95.90. We're still at 101 shares. I don't buy any more YieldMax. I just kind of let this pay me in the dividends. And they had a nice dividend payout this week. They paid us $18.56, which is a nice jump up from where it was last week, which was just $10.51. See the breakdown on that. That's about 18 cents per share. So I'll take it. Cony, we had our payout from Cony. Cony closed at $9, so it kind of dropped a little bit due to the payout. We're still up $182, so I might slowly average down into it, because the reason why I didn't want to average down into it, because it was doing so well. It's been over $10, and I think did it not hit $11 at some point? Nah, but it was pretty close. So yeah, I was just kind of waiting for this dip. So I definitely picked up a little bit more shares. I think I bought like 10 more shares on Cony, and we got a $199 payout, not $199.23 payout from Cony. That's a 79 cents per share, and we only had about 250 shares at the time. So we increased by 10 shares. So that's pretty nice. Pretty nice, money added to the portfolio. See what we did on PLTW. It's a round hill ETF that tracks Palantir. They paid us $6.66, which is about 65 cents per share. How much did we have? We had about 10 shares at the time. I think we were at 12, so this was a little bit in the past. But yeah, that's pretty much it. I don't know what the total is. You guys, I might add it up for you guys, adding the total for my option plays and the dividends. We do have some more dividends that are coming up. You guys see SPHD, one of those things that I had in my portfolio from the past. But let's go ahead and move on where our traditional is at. $3,878.22. Buying power is at 131. I do keep that buying power just in case I do have to roll a position. And then you guys see I have a pending option play of my $13.5 call on TSLL. We do have 3 contracts, so if it does get executed, I think we're going to get, let's see how much it's about 6 cents per contract. So 6, 12, 18, about $18 for each contract, so that's pretty much it. Not too much movement. Tech L still doing what it does. Let's go ahead and switch over to a little Roth IRA. Roth IRA is at $2,638.16. Buying power is at $15. Ooh, I gotta put some of that buying power to work. We are not at 30 shares of SCHD, which is pretty good. 13 shares of JetQ, and almost at well, we're more than halfway at a share of QQQ. Still looking to restructure this. That's just trying to find time. You guys know on a daily basis I buy $8.40 of JetQ and SCHD, and on a weekly basis I buy $6 of QQQ, and this is a whole automated process. So let's go ahead and dive into the full account, what the whole account is sitting at now. All right, loading. All right, we at $65,708.34. Pretty decent, I think at some point last week we touched 66,000, sorry. So when the markets do go green, and if we do have a green week, this is going to probably go to 67. You guys let me know how long do you guys think it's gonna take me to hit $70,000, get back to our all-time high of $70,000? You guys think it's gonna take a few weeks? Do you guys think it's gonna take a month, 2 months? You guys drop it down in the comment below. Let me know how y'all think, how long you guys think it's gonna take. But yeah, this is pretty much the whole entire portfolio overview. I'll go ahead and show you guys the history so you guys can add up what everything is looking like. So yeah, these are the dividends that we got pending and coming up. We got $18 dividend from AT&T, SPY again, QQQ, JP Morgan, SPHD, as I mentioned from earlier, and there's other dividends. And then yeah, so we'll add all, you guys can add all these up, and that's how much we've got paid on the week. And yeah, so yeah, if you guys felt like this was useful or helpful in any way, go ahead and hit that like button, comment down below, subscribe, turn on your post bell notifications, join up on Discord to get some insight on the plays, talk to like-minded individuals like myself and others. If you guys want to get in direct contact with me, go ahead and follow me on Instagram. Link to that is going to be in the description below. And yeah, without further ado, it's Tap Them with Ono, and I'm signing out.